Good afternoon and welcome to Nora's Dog Training Company. We're here today with Krysti and Rich, and what we're going to be demonstrating for you today on video is Krysti's ability to understand and respond to her formal obedience commands, the correction and the motivation that we give the puppies when we're working with them, and the training equipment that we're using. Rich is using a regular 6-foot web training leash, and he keeps the bulk of the leash folded neatly in his right hand. That leaves his left hand free to give any correction that's needed, and the only correction that we use here at school is a little tug and release on the training collar. And that is the second piece of equipment that we're using. Krysti's going to go home with her very own training equipment, and you're going to be taught how to use that properly during your one-on-one follow-up training session. Now, she is sitting very nicely at Rich's left, which is where all formal obedience is done. And the first exercise that they're going to demonstrate for you is heeling. Heeling is proper walking on a leash without dragging you down the street, and the command is Krysti, heel. Now, at this point, Krysti has a job to do, and that is to stay even with Rich's left leg while they're walking, not forging ahead, not dragging him, not lunging out, but staying focused on where her trainer is, matching pace with him. And when he stops, she's been taught to sit automatically without being told, to wait for her next command. So one of the problems that people call us about the most often, I would say, is that my dog drags me down the street. And then when you stop, whether it's to talk to a neighbor or cross traffic, she sits automatically. Now we're going to demonstrate for you the sit-stay. The stay is a hand and a voice command, and it is a one-word command. The long sit-stay, when you're practicing at home, you can practice this indoors as well as outdoors. Start out at about 30 seconds and work all the way up to 3 minutes. This helps to develop focus and maturity. When Rich returns back to her, he's going to walk all the way around her. She should remain seated until he gets all the way back to where they started. And at that point, she expects to get another command. And they take off heeling again. She's very, very good little worker. This drill is just an example of what she's capable of. She's done a really good job exercising her mind, focusing. So Rich leaves her in another sit-stay. And remember, anywhere that you practice is where you're going to get the best behavior. So practice indoors as well as outdoors. Instead of returning to her this time, Rich is going to call her. This is the come on command. It's Krysti, come. She comes right in front and sits, and then she returns back to heel and back sitting. Good girl. And he will demonstrate that come on command again for you. It's brutally hot here at the shore today, so we're trying not to wear these kids out, but get good videos for you. So Rich leaves her in another sit-stay. He walks out to the end of his training leash. He calls her in. She goes back to heel. Now a bug or something is distracting her a little bit, but you see how Rich kind of worked her right through that without missing a beat. He didn't let her make a mistake. Krysti's a very smart girl. She's no dummy, that's for sure. She's picked this up very nicely. Now the next command we're going to demonstrate for you is the down from a heel position. So with your dog seated at your left, you use your left open palm, you push it straight down toward the ground and give the one-word command to down, and then stay. Now the down stay is a little bit longer than the sit stay, and you're going to practice this from about 1.5 minutes all the way up to 5 minutes. When Rich returns back to her, he walks all the way around her, just as he did on the sit stay, back to heel position. He put her back into a down. She's supposed to remain lying down, and that's why he repeated that command, because she popped into a sit before he got all the way back to her. We're going to be showing you how you're going to be able to use these commands in your everyday living situations. Gives her that down and stay. And this time he's going to call her out of that down. and the guy in the back decided to start to do his landscaping while we're doing our videoing, so we have our own distractions here. Very good. Now the next command that we're going to demonstrate for you, and it's going to be the last command, is the down from a distance. So you're going to leave her in a sit-stay.
Okay.
You're going to turn to face her. You're going to use your right hand to give the command.
Down.
And you can see she knows it. So what Rich did was, because she didn't go down on the first command, he took a couple steps in, and that's all you have to do. She knows the down from a distance, but if she's giving you trouble, you just take a step in and put her down and then tell her stay. So we've demonstrated for you all of her formal on-leash obedience commands. We have enjoyed having her. She is a nice, nice girl. We want to thank you for choosing Nora's Dog Training Company, and we're looking forward to working with you and your family in the future.